going to suffer. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another live stream. Thank you for joining me today. You're welcome to my live stream. My name is Oyoyo. Thank you for being here. And how are you doing? How is your day going? How has the day been treating you? I hope it's been treating you okay. All right, so let me see what the weather is for us here. Um, yeah, for some reason, my weather update is not coming up on my. All right. So the weather is 74 degrees. We are really enjoying these few days of warm weather. However, the weather storm guys are saying that we are going to have some snow on Saturday and Sunday. But for the meantime, let's have a field day of what it feels to have summer in spring. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to another interesting conversation. Welcome. How are you doing? You that is watching me, how are you? All right. You have seen my topic. You have seen my thumbnail. Women, why? Married women cheating while married. Why? A man discovers that 4 out of his 5 children are not his. What would you do if you were to be that man? What would you do if that man happens to be your sister? What would you do if that man happens to be your brother? I'm sorry, your brother. I said sister. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I shared myself out. That's what I'm trying to do here. All right. Okay, we are all in sync. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Delicious Army. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for joining me today. It's another beautiful Thursday, and the weather, like I said, is 74 degrees, which is very perfect for me. It's very cool, breezy, sunny, and what have you. However, we're going to have snowstorm over the weekend. So my topic is referring to women. You guys know here in Oyoyo's world, Oyoyo Ndoki's kitchen, we talk about women, girl, child. We talk about family. We talk about trending issues, politics, anything you can think about. And most especially, I am so passionate about women and girl child. So today, as I was going through what has happened within the day, I saw a woman making a confessionary saying what a friend of hers that happens to be a nurse shared with her that happened in their hospital. How a man rushed his daughter to the hospital, his 17-year-old daughter to the hospital, and the girl was struggling with life. So they were trying to make sure adequate treatment is given to the child. The hospital requested for blood. The man said, yeah, of course, my daughter, I'm going to donate. Let's do the match. So the hospital matched them. They were not matched. And then the inquisitive father was like, how can I not match with my daughter? Blah, blah, blah. One thing led to the other. He walked into the doctor's office and requested for a DNA test. So when the result of the DNA came out, it happens that the man is not the father of the sick daughter. So he kept quiet and was like, how? Why? All those questions that were busting into your mind, trying to figure out what could have happened or what really happened. Is the DNA result not a correct one? Was their machine wrong, or did they give me another person's DNA result? What the hell is going on here? So the man was filled with those questions, asking why, what, and what did not happen and what happened. The next thing, he now opted and asked the doctor, I want to carry out a DNA test on the rest of my children. Remember, they have 5 children, 4 girls and 1 boy. So the moment the man requested for the DNA, the doctor said, okay, we are going to do that. So they carried the DNA of the 5 children, and lo and behold, 4 out of those 5 kids were not his. So I'm asking my fellow women that are going, and even men that are going to come to watch this video, or those that are here with me, what would you do? If you happen to be this man that discovered after 18 years of marriage that your wives, that your children actually, that you're not their biological father, which you assumed that position of fatherhood for the past 17 years of their lives. What would you do? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Delicious Ami said, oh, Z Berry, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. The rate at which women cheat is scary. That is coming from Delicious Emmy. So I'm not the only one asking this question. Women, why? You can see we have a lot to discuss in today's conversation. And if you're watching me from behind, don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share. And if you're watching from Facebook, don't forget to follow me as well on Facebook. So let me read some comment. When you share the link, I will come up and share my opinion. All right, Herod of Mary's channel. Thank you for that video you dropped this morning. I was like, oh my goodness. And thank God to that priest for the service to man and God. All right. So, guys, what am I talking about today? Yesterday, a popular vlogger, Nigerian vlogger in the name of Daddy Freeze, came on live yesterday when many Nigerians were already asleep, but we get to have our evenings that time, so we enjoy those live streams. So he came on talking about a popular Nigerian celebrity that ran a DNA test on the child and realized that the child is not his. He was specific, it was a he, not a woman. So people were asking him in the comment section to name the name. He said no, because of a lawsuit that he's not going to mention the name until it became very obvious. Then people, you're going to hear the name from somewhere else. So after listening to that portion of the video, I went straight looking for Gist Lover. Guys, Gist Lover doesn't care. He will break the news and tell you the person immediately. So I went looking for Gist Lover. I did not find Gist Lover. I typed all the name on Gist Lover. It happened that Gist Lover account on Instagram was taken down by Mark Zuckerberg, which is Meta. Okay. So I now started searching others until this morning when I now saw that Gist Lover is not is trying to come back with one of his old um, handles. I was like, okay, so I can't be able to get that information that the free shared yesterday because I don't want hearsay. Since it was not specific by calling the name of the person out, I'm not going to run the story here because I want to have my facts and figures correct before doing my live streams. So lo and behold, this morning I saw a lady making a confessionary video talking about what happened in her friend's hospital, who happens to be a nurse, and the whole scenario was so bizarre. So when I finished watching the video, I started thinking as a woman. And I went to my husband. I say, honey, wait to say, come, I have a question for you. What would you do? How would a man think if this kind of thing happened? I'm going to tell you my husband's response. For the meantime, welcome, beautiful people. Gores, thank you for joining me. Nkechi Cynthia, thank you for joining me. And my fellow ladies, I have a mic for you. I'm going to shout this from the rooftop. What is wrong with my gender? Hello, gender. What is wrong with all of you? What is going on? What is going on? This microphone was brought out for my gender's sake, and you can see it's pink. It's for my gender, and I'm wearing pink outfit as well. To tell you, today is a video for my gender. We are here to address our fellow women, all of us. And your comments, your contribution will be highly appreciated because I need to know, why would a woman spend 15, 18 years of marriage making babies that are not your husband's babies, and you will still sleep on the same bed with that man, still cook food and serve him? What kind of wickedness is that? Can anybody explain to me? Because that's the height of it. When my husband was answering, my husband didn't want to believe it happened. I said, well, that's the world we live in. But we're going to be sharing all of that. And I'm going to drop my link as well for my early birds that want to jump in quickly. You can quickly come in and share your opinion on, let's make this a conversation. Thank you guys for joining me today. And don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to contribute in the comment section. All right, so my link is down. So I asked my husband, from a man's perspective, what do you think? What would you do if that happened? Let's assume that I have 5 children, and then we ran a DNA because one of the kids were sick, and you discover that out of the 5 children I have for you, 4 were not yours. What will you do? My husband said, no, that cannot happen. I said, no, I'm asking a question because it happened. All right, I do have a beautiful, and I call her delicious because her meals looks very delicious from my screen. Thank you, Amy, for joining me today. Thank you, beautiful lady. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good evening, host. Good evening, everyone in the comment section. It's a pleasure to, join the conversation. Thank you. Let me know when I can talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Let me quickly say that this is my own opinion, no, because well, first of all, I want to say that the quality of women we are raising these days, is worrisome. Before, like our generation, you see women that have very huge, will I say, huge push from themselves or from within to to do great. You see women that are captains of industries, this, that, and when you check them out, you know that this achievement comes from sincere hard work. But
Mm-hmm.
if you look at, let me not use the word most. Okay, if you look at some of the women we have these days that we think are motherly figure or role model, it is just lover that always busts their bum bum. That it is one man that is bankrolling them, coming out to come and shout this one. When I see things like that, it worries me. That doesn't mean that we don't have women that work hard again. Now, down to this cheating issue. I know men cheat too, women cheat. But you see the rate at which women cheat these days, eh? Ah, mommy oyoyo, it is scary. I know what I'm saying. It is scary. You will go to you will cater for events and you will see women there, like literally telling the married men there, married women, oh, telling the married men there, even the single ones there, like I'm available with their body language. And that's why when it comes to this cheating thing, at least a man will never come and give you a child that is not your own. If the man goes out and bring a child, this child is not from me. Anything you want to do to the man, you're free to do it to him. But sure, you see this one of giving a man children that are not his is the highest form of wickedness I have ever seen on earth. Anybody that does that is worse than the devil himself.
Hmm.
Because the devil will give you children that are yours. How can you do you know what it means to go through pregnancy? There are some men that when their wives are pregnant, they don't sleep at night. How
Yes.
is it doing you? Is it paining you here? Is it paining you there? Do you know how much is hospital bills? Do you know how much is baby items? These men work out their back to provide these things. It's not easy. Let's still give them the accolade at times. So men take loans just to make sure their wives put to bed at the best hospitals.
Mm.
Especially in a country like this, that healthcare is very expensive. The child then comes out, the man has sleepless nights with you.
Mm.
Do you know how much is school fees here? The cheapest primary school you can see here is above 300,000.
Mm.
That man will pay that, he will pay house rent, he will feed the family, and then when it is time for him to sit down, gather his children, and at least tell himself that, oh, this is what I've worked for. There are some men that don't have any properties anywhere. All
Yeah.
their hard work goes into raising their children. There are
Mm-hmm.
men that will say that, see, I would have gotten this, I would have gotten that, but I have a family. My children cannot be starving, and I'll go and buy clothes. And that same man will now turn around and discover that none of these children are his.
Mm.
Your punishment is not even in hell. I don't know where your
Hi.
punishment is.
Hmm. Hmm. This is so deep. When I watched that video and read the story from Insta blog this morning, I was like, I've heard similar things like that last year. It happened. That was about 20 years of marriage, and it happened that not even one child belonged to the man. This one happened to be the first one is 17. So you now mark it down 17, 15, 13, 11, and then the newest one is about 7 or 7 months. I can't even remember the age. That the four girls that this woman had, the first set of the children, did not belong to the husband. And you now ask me, what is betrayal? Betrayal.
No, this is not betrayal. Oh. This one is bigger than betrayal. No, it's bigger than betrayal. It's bigger than it. See, I'm someone
Say
that
it's bigger
you know,
than betrayal.
most of the times I'm someone that advocate for men a lot. And
Yes.
people don't usually understand it because I'm like, I have a business. I know the stress it takes to earn money. It's not easy. See, if I can stay at home and someone will be giving me food, I will do it. It's not easy to earn a living, a
Yes.
decent one at that. These
Mhm.
people go out and work. When I had a job off the island, then the guys that worked with me, I know how many hours this guy worked. I paid that guy and he told me, Madam, don't send it to me, send it straight to my wife. I said,
Oh,
you have been here since. Won't you take it? He said, no, he has a wife and a child at home. Let me send it to them. This guy now had to borrow transport fare from one of our workers to go home. I looked at the guy, so yeah, come, take this one. Sometimes let us still appreciate this men. It's not easy. It's not
hmm,
easy to take care of a home. Let us still appreciate them sometimes. I know we say men this, men that, everybody have his own, but these men are trying. It's not
absolutely.
easy.
Now that you talked about it, okay, let me welcome Kate Talk with Business Talk with Coach K. Thank you for being here. Getty Cynthia, thank you for joining me. All of you, Zberry, thank you for being here. CM, when men cheat, we women will scream, we shout, we yell to the rooftop. We don't even slow it down at all. Then how can we now say, what can we say actually about this particular kind of situation? And it's not one, it's not twice. We've heard this several times. We've seen it happen several times. That a man will think, yes, I have 5 children, I have 6, I have 3, I have 2, not knowing that this woman has been catching cruise as a married woman with another man. How, and then has the God to pretend, oh honey, I love you, honey, I love you. And they will be the one that will pretend they love those men so deeply. Why would it take you to your child to be sick for you to realize that that particular child that you have raised for many years is actually not yours? I do have Gores here back. Thank you, Gores. Thank you for coming back. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here. Gores, what is your opinion? What do you think?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hi, Himi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, though it's very faint, but I can hear you.
Oh,
Hello,
okay.
dear. Good evening.
Good evening. I don't have much to say. I don't know how it all happened, but I noticed that almost everything that happens or that men does or they have been doing, women tend to now start doing it sometimes this has happened in the past before. Even when I was growing, we do hear that maybe they did DNA test or they found out that someone else's 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3 children is not the man's biological um
Kate.
child. Yeah. So but right now I think the world we are in, the civilized world that we are in, I'm thinking maybe could not being attended to contribute to it. I am not justifying the what the lady did, that maybe it was
Okay.
right. Yeah. Could it be that she doesn't know initially, and the second one we can't say is a mistake, because if the first one was a mistake, is it that she was competing with others or trying to catch up? Have what everyone is having, so they keep hustling. Anywhere it goes, they just open up. I don't know, but it's
Okay,
really
let me
it's
come in here. Let me come in here. The first year of marriage, that's the year of honeymoon, right? That's where you're trying to explore your wife is trying to explore you, especially in the bedroom, for those that did not get into that kind of intimacy before marriage. So I don't want to believe she would be seeking for attention at that time. That was too early. If you're saying maybe 7 years down the line, 10 years,
Yeah.
15, the man fell out of love or the woman fell out of love, I can understand. But the first year of marriage, you're trying to figure out how your woman's body is, how your man's body is. So she must have gotten all the attention. The thing is this, what I'm thinking that could have happened in this case, this my hair. Stop. Go. Sorry, guys. It could be that she had a boyfriend and then the boyfriend was not ready for marriage or did not have money to marry. Then she married a more comfortable man and then still kept the relationship with her boyfriend. We've had situations like that happen in the
Yeah.
past. It could be what happened. But then again, it happened the first time. You were not sure who the father of this child, you are carrying in your belly, whether it was for your husband or for the boyfriend. And that did not give you the caution to stop. Another one, the same thing. Or we don't even know if the four children that are not for her husband, if they belong to one man or maybe four different men.
Another thing. Yeah.
So the thing is, no matter how you look at it, it's very, very, very wicked, if I will put it that way. Just like my co-host here said, is wicked. And that's the height of betrayal. Let me tell you guys what my husband said. My husband said that the man should go and give thanksgiving to God that this woman and her boyfriend did not buy him. The man
Mm,
should rejoice that he's still alive because it's so
e-
easy to buy somebody. You can be
exactly.
sipping it into the food or the drink for many years and it will gradually take its course as natural death. You understand? So I
Yeah.
now asked my husband, what would you do if you were to be this man? He said the moment the DNA confirms that the relationship is over with the woman, and now the children are going to know that I am not their biological father. So I'm going to have that discussion with my kids, especially the fact that they are grown kids. They are no longer babies. So I'm going to have the discussion with them and ask them, do you still want me to be your father? If they agree to that fact, I will continue to love them. They will be my children
Yeah,
so
because
long
it's the
as
one
I
that put
live.
that there from the
But I
beginning
can never spend another night under the same roof with
with
that
the
woman.
woman.
That was my husband's response. I was like, what do you think generally men would do? Remember, and in our culture, when a bride price is paid, the woman, especially Igbo culture, any child coming from that relationship belongs to the man, whether it's biological or not biological, is the man because of the bride price. He said, well, that is the reason why I'm gonna ask the kids the question because the ball is now on their court for them to decide if they want me to continue to be their father, if they want to continue to be my father, my children, or would they be looking for their father? That we don't know. But as far as he's concerned, the marriage to that kind of woman is over the moment the DNA result is confirmed. It's completely over. That he can never pass another night on the same roof with that man. And I do have a man
Um,
here in the comment section. So K, business talk with K. Let us know what you think about
host,
the post. Yeah, go ahead.
host. Sorry, please let me just quickly add this contribution. Gorex, you're welcome. I also want to say something that even if she was not rightly treated, okay, is he now walking up and down and giving children that would justify it? If you're not happy in a marriage, you walk out now. And also another thing, I feel that not just the man divorcing the woman, he should also charge her to court for several offenses. And if he has a good lawyer, he will win. And she will have to pay a huge fine of money to compensate the man for all his wasted years. Thank you.
To
Same
me,
here,
I feel maybe they
and
should start.
you're so determined on this case, so
To me, I feel they should start passing a law about this thing so that
Yes, now.
women that think they can get away with this kind of thing. Because if a man has done this, the way we're going to
Jesus.
see,
No.
they
Ha.
will scream and start telling them how we've been
Start
yeah,
protesting up and down.
yes, telling them how we were suffering with them when there was nothing, blah blah blah. So if if there's this rule that this is what you're going to go through if this happen, I think people will start sitting up to me, I think people will start sitting up. And for those children, if he has really been a good father, as in being the father from the beginning for those children, he
Mhm.
is their father. He's just not their biological father. Of
Yeah,
course, if
he's
they are
not their
grown on, you
biological
need to
father.
sit
That is
down
given.
with
But the
them
thing is this:
and
the
ask
kids
them.
also, the kids have to determine, because most children will ask their mother questions. I want to know who my biological father
Yeah.
is.
So you need
So
to sit
that's where
on them
the
and ask
issue.
them if they still want him to continue being their father, since they can speak for themselves, they are grown up
Yes,
to make that decision. And I think they will take it off from there. But for their mom. And another thing is those children, when they grow up, if they are boys, it will be difficult for them to also trust
a
their
woman. Yeah.
they won't. It would be difficult for them to trust if their mom could do such things. So, how do you think they will now start treating other ladies they are dating, or if they get married in the near future? God help us.
Also,
Absolutely.
the financial aspect of 17 years, 17, 1 and 7, 5 children.
No,
Ha!
now it's not
Oh,
17
I don't
years.
even
The
know
you
first
this thing. I
child,
just,
you
I
know
the
I'm
just
a
first child is
businesswoman, so I
17.
always talk about the money aspect. School fees, diaper, formula, hospital bills. Ha! Mbao.
I mean, I think God beg you. The marriage would have been maybe 18 years or 20 years, but because the first child is 17. So let's assume 18 years of marriage. This man, emotionally, you've been involved, financially, you've been involved, everything in between, through the rain, the sun, and every other thing. This man has been there raising his children, only for one of them to be critically ill, for this whole thing to come out in the open. You can understand the pain the man will go through for the rest of his life, and the ability to even trust another woman will become the most challenging part of it. All right, I do have Kay here, Coach Kay. Thank you
I will
for
step
joining
down
me
so that people
today.
will be able to
From a
comment.
man's perspective,
How you doing?
what would you have to tell us?
Oh boy, this is major. I mean, 5 kids. I can understand just one, but 4 out of the 5. I'm a father, and I have 3 kids, and I know how much I invest. Not invest, but I know how much I spend on them, and they're not even teenagers yet. You
Mm-hmm.
know, especially if you have to pay daycare for all those kids and medical insurance. If you're not, especially if you have a job and you pay medical insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a question. Where are they located? Are they in Nigeria or are they?
The lady did not say, but she spoke Yoruba, when she was saying Kilo Day, what's wrong with women? You understand?
Okay,
She did not say where that happened, but I want to believe it happened in
okay,
Nigeria.
in Nigeria. Ooh, boy, that would be cool. And I think the lady on the top, she said the guy should sue her. Um, I don't think that will work because that he's not going to win that in court. Um, he can sue her in civil court and try to sue her
Mhm.
for a certain amount so he can get back the money that
Yeah, for
he
emotional
invested.
damages.
Where are the receipts? These are years and years of taking care of these children. So I think that's the only way he can sue in civil court and see if we can get the money back, or he can just let it go, continue to be in the lives of those kids, but not be the husband to that woman anymore, because those kids only know him as a father, and
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be blood related to be a father to a child. So I think he should continue to keep the relationship with those children. He shouldn't just pack his bags and leave, which I understand is any man is their intention just to, once they get a story like that, it's just for them to move on. But you know, those kids will always he can always be a mentor to those kids, especially if they're girls.
Yeah.
How to help them and guide them on life struggles, because once he's gone, there's no father. That's if she doesn't know who the fathers of these children are. Now, did she make a mistake? Absolutely. It's not even a small mistake. It's a big mistake. Like people get killed, deleted for that.
Mm-hmm.
People get deleted for that. And you said it. You said maybe it's a boyfriend she has, because this is 1, 2, 3 kids. So it means that she's
Four
going back to
kids.
4 kids.
Four.
That means she's going back to the same person, or she's just a prostitute that just sleeps around. Either one. Um, so
Yeah.
like I see some characters in my kids. I see their facial things that look like me, so I don't have to question some of their behavior is me. So my wife would be like, "Yeah, just like your father, just like your father." So, and I understand, I think what men are trying to advocate for now, especially here in the United States, is when they have once the kid comes, they want a mandate DNA test
Okay. And that
before.
was exactly what Daddy Freeze said yesterday, that a man should start asking for a DNA test the moment the child is born.
Yeah, that the hospital should immediately implement that, regardless if the family asks for it or not. Because now you might have a medical situation where they might need blood from the father or something like that.
Mhm.
Later on down the line, that's when you find out that the kid is not yours. That's a terrible thing to go through. You know,
Hmm.
that's a terrible thing to go through. But I just wish I'm for the kids, man, because I feel bad. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be put in this position. And the mother has a lot of explaining to do, a lot of explaining. And here's the thing: we don't even know what's really going on in their household, the history of this family.
Mhm.
I like to get down to the history because why was this woman going outside of her marriage to sleep with another man? Fine. I understand what she did was wrong. I'm an advocate, but here's the thing: why was she going out? Was she not satisfied? Um,
Okay, now that you asked the question, let's
yeah,
play a scenario here. Let's assume it was her boyfriend that continued the relationship even after she married. She knew very well this man was not going to satisfy her. Why did you
correct.
go the 9 yards marrying this man? Why
That's true.
didn't you continue with your boyfriend? If he didn't have money at the time, you could wait it out.
Yeah,
You could work hard with him, grow with him. But no,
I,
that's
I
not the
think
case.
I think this guy that she was married to probably was wealthy, so she was comfortable. Maybe had money. She didn't have to work. She was very idle. And while the guy's at work, she goes do her thing with this boyfriend. So she might have, a lot of time on her hands, and she might be comfortable with this guy. So he was the one that produced the care and pay the bills while she didn't probably do anything. And they
Mhm.
always say that there's this thing they always say in America. They always say if your child looks like the milkman, you remember back in the day, the milkman used to deliver milk to the houses, or the pool guy used to come and clean the
In
pool.
the
They
morning.
say,
Yeah, or the
yeah,
mailman
or
dropping
the
the
mailman. They
mail.
say if your kid look like the mailman, trust me, that kid belongs to the mailman. So why?
Okay, what you just said now, when I came here newly, those were one of the things my husband said, and I didn't know what he meant. Yeah, it was much later I understood it. He said,
Uh-huh.
if a mailman come to ring the door, I should not open the door.
Yo,
I didn't know what he meant. I said,
they
okay,
always say,
how will
they
you
always,
drop the mail? He said, you should leave it there. You should
uh-huh.
leave the package there.
They
So I
always say
didn't
that
quite
Oh,
get it. I was
that that
JJC.
every man.
I
They
was
always
new.
say they always say every man when you go to work, when you're on your way to work, take a double drive back home, um, just to make sure, because it happened to my friend. Right, he went to work. Actually, no, he went to work, and his wife said she's going to work, so he put a tracker on her car, right, because he suspected her of cheating, and he put a tracker on the car. Then she said she's going to work, but she never did. He tracked her to another guy's house, you know, and he tracked her for about a week or two.
Wow.
Yeah. So sometimes, things happen where you have to double back home to see if that guy has sneaked in the apartments. And these are stories that I've talked to men about, that they'll
Yes.
say they're messing with married women. As soon as the husband might be a firefighter or a police officer, and they
Mhm.
work double shifts. So once they leave the house, here comes the side dude, and he sleeps on the bed, you know, so I had a story. Let me say the story before I let the next person take over. A coworker of mine went over to a married woman's house, and while he's in the bed with the married woman, it was snowing. I mean, we're talking about almost 2 feet of snow. So they didn't expect him to come home. Then the fire truck just parked outside because the fire trucks can drive through snow. They
Yeah.
dropped him off, so he had to hide in the closet, right? He had to hide in the closet till he went to the basement. Then he had to run out the front door the front door just to get, outside of the house, and he had to walk almost 3 hours in almost a feet of snow.
Wow.
All
Just to
because
have a quickie. Are
he
you
went there
kidding me?
he actually went there to spend 3-4 days in a married man's house because of the snow. But the thing is, the guy came home much earlier than expected. Yeah, so a lot of men will tell you, if you speak to a lot of men, they have been to married women's homes to sleep with them while their husbands are not there. So, sometimes it could be the fault of the husband not doing his thing, and sometimes it's just the woman just looking for, extra attention. That's the dangerous thing about marriage.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
heard a lot of stories. Yeah, I talked to a lot of men.
And
We
okay, look at Kay is based in the US, okay? And look
yeah,
at the stories he's sharing with us. Let's assume this particular man's story happened in Nigeria. We can see it's a universal problem. It's
correct.
not just Nigerians alone, or it's all over.
All over.
Men go through this, and some of them forgive, continue with the relationship, but some of them will tell you, no, that's the end of the relationship, that's the end of the marriage. But
Correct.
okay, as a man, I'm gonna ask you,
Sure.
if you were to be this man in question, 4 out of 5 of your children are not yours. Will you continue with that marriage? What would your opinion be?
Great question. I will not continue with that marriage.
Okay.
But the thing is, I will not let that information get out to the world, to my
Okay.
family, to nobody. But I'll
Wow.
end that marriage because here's the thing: that's the mother of the kids. I mean, when people don't think about when dirty laundry go out like that, it
Mhm.
affects the family, and it can affect the family for years.
Yes.
Where people know the whole church, everybody know your business. So
Mhm.
we'll just say it was just a mutual agreement just to split, and we keep
Okay.
it.
Will you tell the kids about it?
I would think I think the kids need to know. And I think I don't know. I don't even know I don't know if I'm in that situation what I'll do.
Yeah,
But
the situation definitely is going to be different for you because of where you live. Assuming
exactly.
you were in Nigeria, you'll be thinking differently.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course, because Nigeria is a struggle. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine just splitting? I've seen, Nigeria to work in Nigeria, to especially if you don't have a car, you have to ride 2 buses and go through traffic, and you're
Mhm.
not going to get paid that month because your boss said, "Oh, we're not getting." Can you imagine what men and women go through in Nigeria? So
Mhm.
that can have some impact on your decision. Like
Yeah.
he struggled, he sweat through the heat of this country, and to come find out that the kids are not his.
Hmm.
So I don't know. As a man, I would say I will move on with my life, but I'll still be in the lives of those kids because I raised them.
You
Um,
raise them.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I will raise them because the kid didn't do anything wrong. The children didn't do
Absolutely.
anything wrong. So you can be there. If you leave, those kids can things can start happening where they start joining different types of crews. You don't want them to
Mm.
smoking, drinking. Them two can be also sleeping around. The girls can be sleeping around because
Yeah.
there's no male structure.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to have a male role model in their life. I know a lot of men will say, hey, you stay, no, you better go. But sometimes those kids will need you because all they know is you as their father.
Yeah.
So
When I heard the story, sometimes I try to put things into pictures so that I can be able to understand it very well. I have a daughter that is very attached to my
Sorry, can you
husband.
just step off so that
Okay, my first daughter is so close to the father, is extremely, extremely close to the father in the sense that if anything happens, he'll go and cry on daddy's shoulder. So let's assume that is the situation in that man's home, that the
mhm,
big girls are close to their father and this happened. And then the man wakes up and leaving because it's going to be a complete devastation for the children. And they
correct.
might even slip into coma and trauma or
Trauma.
depression
Yeah.
because they can't be able to handle it. So in any way you look at it, the kids are still the ones that are going to suffer this most.
Hmm.
So staying in their lives is actually the best option for the man. If the man happens to be in Nigeria, definitely the children, if they're Igbo, the children are his, whether he likes it or not. The children
Hmm.
are his. And if the man happens to be in the US, he might decide to wash off his hand, and then no more, no
Oh
child
no,
support. No
in
child
the
support.
U.S., yeah, even if the kid is not yours, the judge might say child support. That's how crazy the U.S. is. The
Mm-hmm.
U.S. a judge might just say, yeah, child support for that man, even if the DNA shows that the kid is not his. A judge can say, yeah, child support.
Yeah,
Um,
so it depends.
Um,
So, yeah, go ahead,
uh,
delicious Emmy.
okay, Coach K, you are welcome. I saw a comment in the comment section that I wanted to also shed more light on. She said, maybe the man thing was not working, or the man couldn't get her pregnant. Trendy gist with Cora, you are welcome. I want to quickly say that
that makes sense.
to me, oh, I feel that is not an
It's
excuse.
not an excuse.
It's not
If
Yeah,
an
it's not an
excuse.
excuse.
if the man is impotent, I don't understand. You call him, guy, come on. If like say your thing not they work, let's go to the hospital.
Exactly.
And if it is not working, you guys can adopt. It will be between you and the man. You don't go and bring a child in the man's back and come and say his thing is not working. Did they send you message?
Exactly. And delicious
but the
Amy,
fifth child, but
I
the
had
fifth child was for the man now. So where did the fifth one come from?
The fifth child is from
yeah,
the man. So what
like
happened? So could it be that she wasn't even giving the man enough? Maybe by the time the man gets back from work,
Exactly.
the man is tired and she's already satisfied by the stranger that will slip into the home, and
uh-huh.
then she's not even bothered about it and all of that. So we don't know the
Because
yeah, go ahead.
because there are a lot of couples who finding it hard to conceive,
Right.
and they sit down and they discuss it. Daddy, it's like your thing is not working. Should I go and do outside, or how do we do it?
Are
The
you
Uh,
man will not say, okay, let us.
most people do
Or
not
the
say
man will not say, okay, let
that.
us go and buy sperm from the hospital. People do
Yeah,
it, so they buy sperms from hospitals,
mm,
and they inject her the thing. She gets pregnant. It is an agreement between you and your husband. Bible says two
there's
will become one.
Amy.
Two will become one.
Uh,
Meaning, any agreement you're making, you and your husband has to be, in agreement with it. So when you now go and do your own, and come and say the man say, well, did he send you message?
Amy,
That's
Amy,
why
Amy, I have to agree with you. That's not an excuse because this is 2023. This is 2023 now, but I know 10 years ago they had lots of resources where women can take your egg and take the man's sperm and find a way to mold it together. I know
mhm.
there are ways. The science has been
You know,
there for years.
the first IVF child in Nigeria is over 24 years old now.
Exactly, exactly. And there's pills that the man can take that can get him to go up. There's herbs, you know. There's different types of things. And if it's not working out, doesn't mean you should go out there and sleep with another man and bring another kid under his roof. If it's not going to work, divorce is much better.
Thank you. It's more
Parent leaving
honorable.
is more
It's
honorable than
honorable, yeah.
to just go and get pregnant for
But
somebody
hey,
else.
we're saying it's more honorable because of the where we live. If you go
Correct.
to tell anybody in Nigeria divorce is honorable in this situation, they'll tell you no, what God has joined together, no
Get
man
out.
should put
Uh-huh.
asunder.
Here's the thing. I had two girls, right? And I wanted a boy. So and my boy is about almost two. My old the second kid is about six, and we tried and tried and tried, and we're like, okay, let's go to one of these clinics and see what we can do, right? Because after 2-3 years, then before you know it, we didn't even need a clinic. God just blessed us. There's a lot of families like that in their 40s. This lady, I just heard her story. She's 47. She just had a baby. I remember this lady in my church who was 55 years old and she had twins. So, there's nothing God cannot do. I mean, I'm bringing God into this, but, it's just timing. You don't go outside of step out your marriage and do that. That's a curse. You putting a curse. That lady's putting a curse on herself and hopefully not the kids.
Yeah,
Hopefully. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's
This
crazy.
is a very expensive joke. If you really ask me, it's too expensive. I can't even bring my head to wrap anything around it.
Oh
I'm just
yeah, it is.
how
It
could you
is.
tell me you made? Let's assume the first one was she made a mistake, and
Correct.
then the second one, the third one, the fourth one. So the whole lifespan of
Of the
that marriage, you've
marriage.
been cheating your husband. and then cheating and coming back and wash your body as if nobody
Uh-huh.
entered there. I mean,
Oh,
that's the height of
Jesus
betrayal.
Christ. You know, mistakes happen. Women goes, some women go on girls trips to Jamaica and all these places, and they hook up. They go on a company trip. They hook up. That one time, but this woman was doing it back to back to back to back. So whoever that boyfriend is or whoever that guy is, she must like that person very much than her husband.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for her to have 4 kids
Absolutely.
by
Though she
herself.
could have stayed to marry that person
And the
instead
thing is,
of
she
marrying a
didn't even, they
different
didn't even use
man.
protection. They didn't even respect him enough to even use protection. You know, the same
And
guy
that's
if
the
that
if
thing.
even
if
go
I
ahead.
if I may also add this contribution to me, oh, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel that a child is something that bonds you and your partner. Like,
Hmm.
when you look at that child, oh, this is my husband's sperm. Oh my God, that was
Yes,
what gave me this beautiful girl. And you have four of another man's sperm, like you're looking at it, and you know that this. I don't know how to wrap my head around this thing.
Emmy, see what Trendy G said. What if she did not know? Maybe she was swinging, with the two
both
of them at
ways.
the same time, so she
She knows.
wouldn't know who got her
She
pregnant.
knows. A woman knows. Trust me. A woman knows that
She
kid is
knows.
not.
She
That
knows
woman
it.
knows. Like my when
She knows.
I walk, I tiptoe. Right? I tiptoe. My kids, all of them do the same. The same thing. A woman will know. You tiptoe like your father. You are screaming like your father. You are doing like your father. They will know that this kid belongs to that man. They will know. They will know. Hairline, everything, behavior. You will know it. There's some. Even I have girls. You see some things in girls that you see in the father too. They know. She knows.
Hmm.
A
And then
woman
I
why did
had
has
she
this.
it.
carry on?
Huh?
Why did she carry on? First, one,
Exactly.
two,
She
three, four.
knows. Yeah. She knows that because she know women know when they're ovulating. Is she gonna
I
tell me she don't
know.
know?
Amy was trying to point out something. A child bonds a couple, and that is a fact. I
Exactly.
remember when I gave birth to my second child, my husband was terrified in the labor room. That was because my first child was a C-section. The second one was natural birth. My husband was like, "Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have been here." I say, "No, it's better you're here so that when next you talk about a woman, you have some respect for that woman." So he was terrified. And after that, his perception about women completely changed.
Uh-huh.
That how God is so kind that from that small place, this whole thing came out and all of that. And then they gave him the child to carry. When after they did mother to skin with the mother, he was looking at the child, looking so deeply with so much gratitude. So that bonding starts the moment that child is, the moment the child arrived. That's when the bonding with that child. So 17 years you've been bonding with your child. You saw through all the bad days,
Uh-huh.
all the sick days, all the hospital time, all the sleepless nights, all the emotions, the tantrums. And then somebody will just come and tell you that those children are not yours.
I
And
I
then
know.
even had I even had this argument with someone last year, and she was like, if her husband requests for a DNA after having her children or after having her child, that she's going to divorce him. I said why? He said why will she go through pregnancy and the man will ask for DNA? I said to me,
eh,
oh, the way I see it, DNA is just like I want to know the blood group of my child. There's nothing wrong. The man saying he wants a DNA. One man say I want a DNA. I don't. In fact, na me go even carry the pikin go drop for hospital for am. Oga, as you are coming back, buy something for me. Oh,
I wonder.
this I don't know. This is my own opinion. I don't see anything wrong. If a man wants to revalidate himself and say, okay, with the things happening in the country, it's not as if I don't trust you, oh, but I just want to have this assurance that now me get this pikin. I feel there is nothing wrong in it, and they should start passing harsh laws that once you have a child, it is compulsory have a DNA.
Yep.
In fact, no child should be discharged from the hospital without a DNA test so that
And
all
that,
this
that
nonsense can
that will
stop.
be a requirement for the birth certificate because
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
will
men
be
do.
Exactly.
medical,
Yeah.
medical, for medical
Exactly.
reasons. Yeah, for
So they
medical
need to do
reasons.
it. They
But
need to pass it. And
okay, you and I know the case with that particular bill will never see the face of being an act. It will
no,
never be passed.
no, they won't do that.
Never,
They will
never.
not do
There is so much controversy that
that.
that will come with it that it will never be passed.
And
If someone
sometimes there's some
There
women.
was even a time. There was a time when this DNA thing was trending in Nigeria, and in Abuja then there was a hospital that came out and said, okay, we'll be offering free DNA service. If you know what they did to those people, they ran. So they said that women in that area, I'm talking about a rich man area, not a poor area, protested that they don't want free DNA. I feel if I'm in
wait,
government and have
Eddie,
opportunity,
slow down, slow down. It happened in Nigeria.
Abuja to be precise.
Do you
It
know
trended then. Women
there's a
protested, said
study?
they don't want free DNA.
You know, there's a study that says Nigerian women are the
Promiscuous.
most culture that cheats out of the in the world.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and that amazed. That was like, what? Really?
No,
Yeah.
seriously, they protested that no, they don't want free. She said the hospital had to, the doctors that came and said, okay, we want to do free, they had to leave because their lives were at risk. I
Exactly.
feel the government should pass laws like this.
See,
Requirements to get
see.
your birth
Let
certificate,
me tell you there.
DNA.
I mean, you're asking for a very difficult thing that can never happen. Let me create the scenario in your head so you know. Let's say the person passing the bill from House of Representative happens to father a child of his friend, his best friend. It's not happening.
Oh yeah.
Never. Never. We do have an amazing queen here. Trending this with Octavia. Thank you for jumping on. What do you have to tell us? And also want to welcome Stella White. How are you, beautiful? The latest mom on YouTube. Welcome to my live stream. I hope baby is doing okay. And then you are also doing fantastically fine. Welcome as well, UD. UD, thank you here. Another couple that are still doing a honeymooning. I hope you guys are doing the right honeymoon. Don't let a mailman stop by. And welcome, Treasures G's. Thank you guys for being here. So, Trending G's, what do you have to tell us?
Thank you very much for having me, host. And hello to my co-host in the building. I see you people shaking the table, right, left, center.
Hello.
Okay, so well, I want to look at this whole thing from the other angle. But before I start, now people say which guy married woman will be like say they support another married woman will do anyhow. First of all, I think the woman is wicked, and I think she's a witch. Let that be known first before I go into what I want to say. But I want to look at this from this other angle. I said, what if the man's thing was not functioning, of which we know there are health issues? As a microbiologist, let me come from that angle. So,
Okay.
what if the man has some underlying health issues that maybe he doesn't even think it's anything? Because normally our people hardly go to the hospital to do ordinary checkup. Even when they have malaria, they will just take pill from the counter, and we know that. And another thing, with the way our culture hype our men, they always feel like all the time they are overperforming. Even the ones who know sabi do, they say they sabi do. They hype themselves. They wait, make woman tell them whether they do well. So looking at all this whole thing now, could it be that one, the man's thing was not functioning very well, or two, he was not satisfying the woman in the other room, and hence she kept her boyfriend that she had probably before she got married, or maybe she didn't get pregnant because his sperm count was low and something health wise, and she decided, let me help him out, and she decided to go through the back door without telling him anything because she doesn't want to make him feel less of a man or whatnot, and she went and did this. And another thing we also have to consider is the fact that it's possible for a woman to be pregnant, having twins, and both twins are having two different fathers. You can Google that. Exactly. Because I remember the case of a lady that she had said she had a quarrel with her husband. She got angry and went and they had sex with a guy. The same like in the house, they had finished having sex before their fight started. She left the home angrily and went and cried on her male friend's shoulder and trust some male friends. They would take advantage of that and they slept together.
Yeah, and
The
that lady
woman
is a
did
whore.
not
That's
know.
what she is. that lady is a whore.
Well, that could be the case, but the
Nasty.
thing with this lady is when she now found out she was pregnant, she just naturally thought it was her husband because she remembered that day they fought, they had already slept together. She had slept with her husband before the whole thing happened. But it's just that when she had the kids, they started seeing that the twins looked very different and all of that and all of that. And finally, they found out that one was the husband's child and the other was the boyfriend's child. So could it be that this woman was sleeping with her boyfriend at the same time she was sleeping with her husband? And when she got pregnant, she just thought that it was her husband's child. She didn't want to consider her boyfriend, even though she didn't use protection. She just felt it could be my husband picking, and she started giving all the children to him. And you talked about you tiptoe, co-host K. You said you
Yeah.
tiptoe your hairline. A lot of people have the same hairline like you. A lot of people tiptoe. A lot of people are light skinned. A lot of people are dark skinned. A lot of people are tall. A lot of people are short. So most times this physical thing, brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, we have green eyes. A lot of people fall under this, so we cannot use it as a criteria. You might see a child that you think looks like this person. DNA will come out. That person is not the person's child. For example, Daddy Freeze that was running his mouth. Daddy Freeze looks like a Lebanese. Doesn't look like someone that the mother is from Romania. So, does his mother have something to explain to us? Let me rest my case and allow you people to continue. I'm not finish this Samoa day.
Now
Okay.
here's the thing with this woman. We all are having assumptions, right?
Yes.
That's what we're doing. So we really don't know what is really going on in their house. But the fact is that 4 kids came out that was not a man's baby. So regardless of what happened, what the guy was going through, what the lady did was wrong. Because the
Yeah.
results are the results, and
Yes.
now it's just
But then again, Kay, let me say something here as a woman, okay? Because I've heard people, cry up to me, telling me, what do I do? What should I do? What do you think? There is a lady that have been in a marriage, and then she called and said for the past 4 months, her husband has never had intimacy with her. The
ooh,
first question I asked, 4 months? She said yes. Do you guys still sleep on the same bed? Yes. Every night? Yes. What happened? That she doesn't know. I say, have you tried to make an attempt to approach him instead of waiting for him to come to you? She said she used to do that in the past, that she got tired.
huh.
So I was like, okay, so basically you guys are still married and there are no quarrels in the house, nothing. And I said, have you asked your husband that question? She said she doesn't even know how to approach him to ask him, is it that I'm not attractive enough? Is it that your work is so demanding that you don't even remember you have a woman at home? And I'm the one that will feed you dinner when you get back from work. And I'm the one that will take care. We talk in the bathroom, we talk in the bedroom, we talk everywhere. We watch the same TV together. You fall asleep, I wake you up to get to bed. And still, you guys cannot talk. She says she is done talking. That actually it started happening in their 3 years into the marriage. It started happening to the point that she complained. The man went to see doctors and all of that to see if there is anything that could help and all of that. Eventually, he stopped working hard on that. So the marriage continued. He's an exceptional husband, things like that. And because of that, she doesn't know what else to do. That right now she feels that she's no longer living with a man but a fellow woman. And then I now say, you're a very young woman. Are you going to continue for the rest of your life living like this? She said that's why she called me, that she's so confused. She doesn't know what to do. So there are things some women go through in their marriage.
Um, host, host.
Yeah.
Please, can I quickly contribute this?
Mhm.
At times, it's not if I'm supporting the man, oh, but I noticed that for men, one of the things that really turns them off when it comes to intimacy, being with you, going down the sheets and all. Most of the times, when the woman has a very nasty character or the woman has a very nasty behavior, for so many men it turns them off. Let me give an example. I know someone that her and the hobby used to be lobby dobby the first 3 to 4 months of marriage, and after a while, she noticed that the husband withdrew from um asking her for that thing. And she asked the man that, oh, why did you withdraw? The man said, okay, you are always dry down there. And it was because she had PCOS. And he said, okay, why don't we get this? Why don't we get that? So that you can be juicy under there. She
Mhm.
said for the first 2 months, she, started going to the gym, using lubricant. The man said, no, I don't want lubricant. I want it to be coming from there. He even got products that will help, even suggested therapy because they're actually rich. They can afford these things. But she said the first 2 months, she, took it serious. And after that, she, just forgot about it. That she noticed that after their first child, the husband, he doesn't really, ask her for that thing. And I now asked her one question. This is not if I'm supporting your husband. Oh, no. But I want to ask, what is your behavior like towards your husband? Because now you're confessing that you have PCOS. And we all know that women who have PCOS, most of them have anger issues. Why? Because their hormones don't really stabilize their, you understand what I'm saying? So when your
Mhm.
husband asks you questions, how do you respond to him? What kind of vibe do you give to him? Do you give him that female energy or do you give him that male energy? Some women who have PCOS give off male energy, and it's very, very unattractive to many men. They'll
Mhm.
start seeing the woman as their fellow man. They might not tell you, they will just be looking at you. Some will not even cheat. They will just be looking at you. So when she now said, it's true that she can't remember when last she told the husband, I love you. Even when the man tells her, I love you, she will tell him, thank you. I said, yes. Most of
Thank
it's not
you.
funny.
I
Thank you, buy
listen.
That
you present.
most of the times, this sexual resentment comes from the woman unknowingly. Because
Mm.
men are not people that, the way I see it, men, the man just wants something about you to be attractive, so that his thing
You know
can
what it is?
stand and he
Sorry to
will
cut you
enter.
off. I'm sorry to cut you off. A man wants a woman to
Okay,
be in a feminine nature,
Yeah.
not
thank
to.
you,
Yeah, that's it.
thank
You know,
you,
want to be her
thank
in
you.
a feminine nature.
You
Yeah,
just said it the way I wanted to say it.
yeah,
So
that's
what
it.
kind of Yeah. So what kind of energy are you displaying to your husband? If you're not giving your husband that, the man will not. So that might actually be the problem in her own marriage. And when I told my friend this thing, and she started working towards it, she got new pants, all these catapult pants, started watching all these feminine movies, started doing all this catwalk, walking naked. The man small small. The man even asked her, this one you are walking naked. I hope all is okay. And she spoke to him
Oh
about it.
God.
I know things are better, unlike before. So sometimes it might be the energy the woman is giving the man
That's right.
that is making the man not, be
Hmm.
interested in going down with her.
That's why. That's why. Okay, I know you guys are not in this in some spaces. There are a lot of African American men here in the United States that are traveling overseas to find women. And one of the big problems, they call them passport bros. So go research it. One of the reasons why is because they believe the women here are too masculine. I'm an independent woman. You're not going to tell me what to do. I make my own money, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So most of them, that's why some of the men here are saying, you know what? Forget the women here in America. We're going to go to the Philippines where women are more feminine. We're going to go to Brazil. We're going to go to Africa, some parts of Africa, to find suitable women that are going to be in their feminine nature. So what Amy is saying, Amy is good. Amy knows her stuff. She's an advocate for men. I like that. Um,
But at the same time, are we going to, Kay, are we going to dodge the fact that some men don't know how to say what they want? If you feel like your woman is giving you that masculine stuff, why not just call her to talk? Like we say, interaction is key. Know when to tell your woman, what is this one? Somebody like my husband, you were starting to, you just ask, what is this one now? Where are you going with this kind of uh clothes you're wearing? So be able to tell the woman, let her know that, come on, you're over covered up or you're overdoing this thing. If you're alone with me, why not just open everything there so we can just enjoy it ourselves? men should be able to say these
Okay.
things to their
I'll tell you
women.
this. I'll tell you this.
Okay, sorry, please let me quickly give her this example. For example, a woman puts to bed, like just had a baby, normally baby, you're giving birth, you add weight, your tummy is saggy and all, and your husband is like, ah, baby, I love when you used to be slim, can we, just to walk towards, going, there's a way your husband will tell
Emmy,
you,
leave that one. Leave that one. Okay, look at me now, the way I am. My husband says I'm big. See my
Leave that
arm.
one.
See, this is my size.
Chineke.
oh my God,
This is my
Like.
size. And guess what?
Chineke.
Emmy, guess what? My husband
Guys,
wants me to go back to the size he met me, size 4.
oh,
Host would have allowed me finish that so that I'll explain where we are coming from.
Leave that one, no. I know agree.
You would have allowed me finish that I'll explain where I'm
I
coming
know
from.
agree.
Oh, yeah, okay, continue.
I don't see. Oyoyo, I'm a married man, but I don't see anything wrong. Y'all, I don't know why your husband wants you skinny.
Size 4K, size 4.
Some men will chop you up right now the way you are. Hey,
Thank
they
you.
catch
He
you.
said no.
Hey,
That
they
my arm,
catch you.
that my arm is
Oyoyo,
very
if they
stepmother
catch
arm.
you, if you do that, they catch
don't
you.
don't
Hey,
don't mind her.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
her. You have
you're saying
forgotten,
that
so don't
because
even
you
go
still
there.
have the
No,
African
see,
vibe in you.
delicious
That's why Kay
Emmy.
is saying it like
Delicious
that.
Emmy. See, ask trending gist. I've been telling her this for the past almost 2 years now. She will tell me I should do this exercise, but you look good,
oh,
oh, sis. You
you look,
look good.
you
I
look fine.
say, I told my husband, see, if you don't like this, my new size 8, forget it. Because I'm not ready to do any exercise that will make me go back to size 4. Size 4 was when you met me. He used to buy me clothes from the mannequin. He will go to the store. It's those ones on the mannequin that he will buy. But right now, he can't buy size 4. He managed and started buying size 6. Now I graduated to size 8, so he's not liking it. But do I like
Okay,
it? I love it.
okay, host. Let me explain what I was trying to say. The man, okay, for example, someone who used to be size 8 and, because of childbearing becomes size 16 or even 18. And a year after childbearing, and the man is like, oh, baby, can we work towards, you getting to, even if it is size 12 or, size 13, so that during that thing, I can be lifting you up and be doing you from up. And some of us, like me, I used to be like that. Whenever my husband told me that, babe, can we go to the gym together? Because he loves going to the gym. I will come up so defensive. Take me like that. Take me like that. But he's like, babe, I'm not saying I don't take you like, but can we just work towards it together? And it will be causing a lot of rift. I'll be like, take me like that. Take me like that. But when I said, going with him to the gym, I didn't lose weight. But the fact that I'm going to the gym with him, it makes him happy. So sometimes it's the attitude the woman gives when the man says this thing. Sometimes, these men, they are not telling you to do what they say. Sha, tell them, oh, I have heard. That's just my own opinion, Sha.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being here. Chinwe Uzoma, thank you so much. Chinwe said, to be faithful in marriage needs much effort and dedication from both sides. One has to be sure that he or she has arrived to the final bus stop, not even putting it in mind the idea of trying another. And she continues to write, any person that has got the tendency of doing it, maybe tendency of cheating, will always do that at any slightest opportunity. And that is one thing I know for sure. Look at that woman's story I told you guys about. She's been in marriage for many years. You understand? It got to the point that 4 months down the line, she hasn't been even, gotten any intimacy with her husband. So when I was trying to understand, she said sometimes she might be counting how many times they got intimately in a whole year, maybe 9 times, maybe 14 times. And she still stayed there. And the man still loves her. In terms of behavior and attitude, it's not really behavioral issue, but she can't figure it out because the man has never complained that she's disrespectful. He has never complained any of those, you understand? So she can't just figure it out. But she said that she spoke with her doctor. Her doctor said that you are in a very sexually active age. She told the doctor, forget about that, I'm not sexually active. So the doctor said, why? What happened? So she started narrating to the doctor. The advices they suggested for her is take your husband out. You guys should knock yourself over with a bottle of wine, eat some fish, do this, do that. Those are the basic advice you're going to give a woman who is happily married or happy in in a relationship. But are they working at the end of the day? It's still determined. To me, I told her you can't just be working and bearing this body. Maybe your partner, your husband, doesn't even understand the extent that that particular thing has put you to. You have to sit down and have this conversation. Some couples, they don't get to ever actually sit down to talk about intimacy in the bedroom. You have to sit down and discuss this with your husband. By the time he sees that is a problem to you, then he can be able to work with you on how to solve that problem. If you're the one solving it all by yourself, you might never get it right because he thinks you're cool with it. He's not touching you. You're not complaining. He thinks it's fine. But you need to complain. You need to air it out. You need to have that conversation. That was what I told her. And I'm yet to hear any response if the conversation yielded any result or not. And definitely we're going to be sharing some of those here in the near future. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing.
You need to read the lady's comment at the bottom. That is so funny. She said, "We have left any matter enter bedroom."
Okay, she said, tell a woman what she wants to hear, and she will melt down there. Are you kidding me?
And the thing is, everybody always think, there's only one way to pleasure a woman. You can use your lips to pleasure a woman down there.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are other ways there's multiple ways to please your woman in marriage. If he's having problems down there, so.
Yeah, sincerely speaking, may see the treasure to say we have left our DNA matter and entered bedroom matters. Bedroom matters.
It's all the same.
It's
Yeah,
connected, though. It's connected. If
It's
the
the
man
root.
had done his job, the woman will not go and be looking for bola outside to start having 4 children outside.
Is that
The woman
Maybe
Octavia?
the man is
did
just
not do right.
the man was just knocking,
Octavia.
in his mind. He was
Octavia.
delivering. The
Octavia,
woman wasn't feeling anything. Yeah.
how long have you been married?
Wait, 8 years and counting. Also,
How many kids do you have?
1.
Just one? You need to get to work.
The husband is
My
not
husband is
interested in
afraid
more
of
kids.
children.
The man doesn't want more kids.
He said 1 is too much load. She's stressing him.
You need to lock the door and say today.
No, it's not
You know,
happening.
you can only lock the door for someone that takes a little bit of alcohol, so you people can get down. This one doesn't take alcohol, doesn't take anything. How you gonna get down?
And the thing is, with what you were talking about, Yo-Yo, about your friend or the lady that called you, that was trying to get a husband, and the husband is kind of now for the men, like especially if you have kids in the house, and you have a lot of things, clothes need to be done, children's lunch and stuff like that, and if your wife is not giving it up, the best strategy which I've used is I usually plan ahead, right? I'll say, okay, babe, we're going out of town this weekend. Right.
Okay.
So you find a way to get the kids a babysitter, or you put them with my mother, and I take her out of town. And here's the time: most of the time when we go out of town, my wife's behavior is different from when she's in the house. When she's in the house,
Definitely.
when she's in the house, she's concerned. Oh, I need to do this for the
Do
children.
this.
I need to cook. Their school this, their school this. She's always in that mode, But when we out in another state, maybe we go to New Jersey or we go to Atlanta or something like that. The hotel is nice. Oh, let's go out for lunch. Her body, her mind is different. She's not even thinking about the kids. She might call once and say, oh, how's the kids doing? Oh, they have eaten. Okay, bye-bye. We're going out to get ice cream. She's already completely forgot everything at the house.
That could help them.
So,
because
and I learned this from
ask
a
them
pastor.
as well if they go on vacation, but they go on family vacation. So it's as good as carrying your
house. It's always
to
important
the
that
hotel.
couples, I don't care how long you've been in marriage, at least 3 times of the year, if it's 2 family trips and 2 couples trips, you need to take it. Invest in your wife, invest in taking her out of her normal environment. You take her out of that normal environment and take her somewhere else that is neutral. She will give you, in fact, you'd be surprised that your wife can do XYZ. This woman, I'm telling you, you have to invest. Some people don't go on vacation. They don't do anything.
Yeah, they only do family
They just
vacations.
come,
Yes.
go to work, come home, eat eba, boom, boom, go to bed, and you want sex. She's not thinking about sex then. She's thinking about what the children is going to wear
Food
for school.
tomorrow.
And
You
weekend
got
is
it.
church, this and that, this and that. But you take them out of that environment, oh my
Mhm.
goodness, man. And you spending money taking her to
You're very
sightseeing.
correct. Very correct. Vacation is so important.
It's very important too.
Hmm. Okay, I really love this your suggestion, and I'm going to definitely pass it
Yeah,
down.
please tell
And,
Oga. Even
and the
by the
vacation
time
is
you come,
not
oh yeah,
the
yeah,
vacation
yeah.
is not the
Like
one
9
you
months
go
later,
with
I want to see
children.
twins. Yeah, you don't go with children. Oh yeah, I want to see twins
Mel,
next
are
time.
you hearing?
Oh yeah, yeah, you triplet, respect it.
Is it me? Triple? No, I'm done having. I'm done. My last is 9 years old. No,
Oh,
no,
okay, yeah.
I'm
Enjoy,
so
just
done.
enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
Enjoy the moment.
I told my husband, do you think we should try? I say try what so that I'll go back to diaper.
Exactly.
It's not happening. It's not. I say, why are you so emphatic about it? He said no. That diaper age, no. Is that one we left it for Octavia. Octavia should try. Her daughter is 3, so she should try.
Yeah, so those are
Let
ways.
my husband hear you. He will tell you when I give birth to the child, I'll send the child to the US so you can take care of her.
I wouldn't mind though, because my daughter needs a baby sister, a baby brother.
Quick
She's been
question.
asking me for a baby sister.
Yo, what happened to Spice? Is that
Okay, Spice took some time off because she had a lot of things she's working on. So
okay?
I spoke with her. I guess she said she might drop a video tomorrow. I will try and tell her
Okay.
again. And but she's definitely coming back
Okay. All right.
gradually.
Tell her
She
I
will
asked
be.
her.
Thank you for checking on her. You're amazing. I really want to appreciate all of you. And Emmy, thank you so much for being the advocate for men. I
Oh
really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Amy, do you have a channel? I can
Yes,
see
she does. That's the name of her channel there.
Delicious Amy.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the name
Yeah.
of her channel.
She's
She
a
is
man. She's a
very,
male advocate, and
yeah, and she's
I'm gonna
very,
subscribe
very
to.
Oh,
opinionated
oh,
when it
I heard
comes to
my
this.
name. Oh. Please, what
So
did you say, hon?
yeah, I said I'm happy we have a male advocate here, and
Oh, well.
happy we have a male himself who is also a married
Okay.
man here telling us the stories and things, how things should be done. And
All
also
right. I subscribed.
for Octavia, trending gist is of the opinion that the man could not be functioning well. A lot of things could have happened in that relationship, which I know is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is this, if that woman realized 17 years ago, my husband cannot power up and did nothing, she has every blame to accept. And if she knew very well that, okay, this is the problem my husband had, and never worked on it, on getting better, getting well, or seeking for medical attention, she kept on having kids and then having swinging with different men to have kids. She has all the blame to herself because there is no excuse whatsoever to what she did. She took a vow for better, for worse. She took a vow to be faithful, to submit your body entirely to one person. But that vow, I believe, was even broken maybe on the married eve night, or maybe it was broken after the married date. So the thing is that when you're taking those vows, people don't take those vows so seriously these days. I would even prefer them make their personal vows. So when you read it, you know it's coming from the heart. You know, this is what I want. This is how I see my husband, how I see my wife. There is no justification whatsoever to a woman for a woman that deliberately, I would say, is a deliberate act. 4 is deliberate. 1 can be excused. 2, no more excuse. 4 children out of 5 not belonging to your husband. You have defiled the marriage bed, which is supposed to be sacred. So there is no way we can justify for this lady. There are divorce in this kind of situation is honorable. If your man is not coming up with the thing and you guys worked it out, if you guys agree to move on, make sure you don't bring another person's child and dump on him as though it's his. Have that conversation. If you want another person to donate for you guys, 2 of you should be in it together. together. All right, Chimozama made another comment. She said, a faithful woman will never fall. The condition has to be created. A married woman is the one that makes herself approachable because she gives the loophole to another man to try because she wanted it. And this is true. This is true. I'm going to give you guys one example of what happened to a woman. She was having a problem, or rather having some problems with her husband. Then her husband's friend visited their home. Do you know this woman? The moment the man said, okay, let me grab my coat so I will see you off, the woman was collecting her husband's friend's phone number from the guy. So the guy was like, is it not, you can collect my number from your husband. I said, no, I want you to give me. So he politely gave the number. And then when they were walking, I see, your wife was asking for my number. I hope there is no problem. Though I gave her the number, but I don't know why she was asking. So reading what Chinwe said here, if a woman did not provide the opportunity for that situation to happen, it will not happen. So as a married woman, you know you have the dignity to respect the institution of marriage, what you have gotten yourself into.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to throw yourself open to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that said, hey, you look cute, you look beautiful. A lot of us on social media, we receive a compliment from men, even though they will say categorically that on your profile, you wrote a wife, mother of this person, mother of this, mother of, you understand? You put all of those in your profile. They will slide into your inbox and tell you, hi, you're so cute. Start talking nonsense. I have tried to, like in the past, if you write something like that for me in the inbox, I will reply you with very, very polite way. I guess you did not check my profile before you wrote this. Kindly go back to my channel, check my profile. If you still want to write, then I will reply. Have a good day. That was out of what? Courtesy. But the thing is this, no matter how we look at it, wrong is wrong, evil is evil, bad thing is bad thing. And then the children involved in situations like this, how will they cope going forward? We know what our kids go through. Once your child is hitting 10, age 10, 11, puberty is already setting in. Hormones are beginning to change. Your child is beginning to see things from classmates, hear things from schoolmates. They have their own discussion group in schools. They are coming in with a lot of things into your home. It's now left for you, if you have a balanced home, to be able to like counter whatever it is that the child is bringing from outside. But in a scenario like this, where the child will be hearing how my father dumped my mom is now filing for a divorce. She's saying those are the things you hear from children. Then when they come back, that child will not even have the gut to say, my mother cheated on my father. But our today's kids definitely might open up and say, because their friends are saying those at school. You know, I'm trying to picture it. A child that is 17, the one that is 15, the one that is 12. How would they come out and say that my brother, myself, or my sister, my other sister, the one in high school, we don't actually, our father is not actually our father? How would that process? Can anybody help me here? Welcome, Uju's Talk Show. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm asking you guys, co-hosts, what do you guys think will be going on in these children's mind, realizing that their mother had 4 of them away from her husband, or rather their father? What do you guys think will be playing out in this?
Well, first of all, I feel that the children will feel this hollow betrayal in their hearts forever. That I don't think anyone can take away. And they will also not really trust people. When the men get married, no, 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 it will be terrible for their wives. And when the women get married, they will just feel very, very, very incomplete. And in the kind of society where we live in, where people easily judge others, uh, only God can help them, sincerely. And I just pray it doesn't get to their friends or colleagues. So your father is not your the emotional damage it will do to them. It's only God that will help them. Please, I'll go down the stage now. I have a live stream by 7, so I want to quickly prepare for it.
All
Thank you so
right.
much for the time and everything.
Thank you so much, beautiful, delicious Amy. Thank you for joining me today. It's really a pleasure having you, and thank you for your immense contribution to today's discussion. Thank you, thank you. We love you here. Thank you. So,
Thank you,
trending gist.
Amy.
What do you think will happen to the case? Trending gist. What do you think?
I don't even want to think about what will happen to those children. I just hope that they will not let them know this
Wow.
whole thing is going on. I just pray the man will just still act like everything is okay until these children are of age, and then they can let them know, because right now they are still very young, and their mind is just going to, it's going to mess up, it's really going to mess them up. I would really prefer when they're above 18, then they can let them know. Except they have these days, everybody have a phone, so I don't know if they will see it online. But if the name of their mother and their father is not there, or their pictures, then nobody will know, right? You just know that this happened. You will see the story, but you won't know that you are actually the one they're talking about. But the mother should have thought about this if she really knew that this is what she's doing. Because me, I'm still trying to give the woman the benefit of doubt that maybe she and her partner are the active type, so she was doing it with both men, and she didn't realize that the other one was shooting faster than the
Hmm.
one in the house. So she herself didn't realize that 3 or 4 children was not biologically the man. And maybe the two of them somehow look alike. Because you know some men that have similar features, maybe both dark skin, both tall, both the same color of eye. How are you gonna know? You're not
Yeah.
gonna know. And there's one thing with women, when they like certain type of men, you notice that they date those kind of men and they end up marrying those kind of men. So maybe this is what happened. And she didn't know. And because it's Nigeria again, that we hardly do things that will make us to run series of tests and all of that. We hardly go to the hospitals. If the children are not feeling sick, who takes people for general checkup? That's why you see people just fall down and buy. Somebody is dancing and the person falls and buy, because we don't do general checkup. We don't always check things, and it's not DNA is not a thing that Nigeria people likes to do. Nobody talks about. It's just lately that people started talking about this DNA thing. So there's a huge possibility that the woman didn't know that the other man shot faster than her husband.
But host, my question is: this woman took a vow, okay? This woman took a vow to commit her body to the husband. That's one of the things they read for you in church. You submit your body to your husband. And then after taking a vow, maybe their marriage is 18 years. The first child you're having
And we are
is not
cheating for 18 years.
18 years. You can
Uh-uh.
understand what kind of cheating is that one?
Abomination.
For
Ha.
18 years, the
But it
first child.
happens all the time now. What about the some men that they leave from hotel with from their side chick to go get married to their wife and
I
all of that?
understand.
You
In our
know,
societies, men, we know, okay, men cheat. You understand? It's not that we are trying to justify that for them. But the thing is this, like Amy said when we started, they don't bring children back to their wife. This is the one I cheated with. Oh yeah, take care of him or take care of the child. They cheat and maybe they have kids with the people they cheated with. But this one, you're cheating with your husband. You will still come back, lie on the
And
same
you brought
bed
the product
for
for the
him,
man inside his
cuddle
house.
him. And another person will go inside without protection. And you will still come back, take your bath and pretend it as if nothing happened. He will go inside. That is
That
wicked.
woman can kill.
My husband said, that is the end of the relationship. I will continue to take care of the children if they still want to be mine. But the thing is that you should not sleep a night in the same roof
Night,
with that man,
night. Okay.
with that woman.
Ha.
That the man should go for Thanksgiving, that the woman did not buy her in 18 years of relationship. Because
well,
that
the woman is heartless, but we still have to understand that, these days we hear some women saying things like, and when I mean these days, I'm not talking about 10 years ago, 20, it's over 20 years ago. you hear people saying this thing of, if I dare not saying they cheat on me, I go cheat on them back. So some people are doing this thing of, they feel like, oh, the man is stepping out on them. They too, they want to step out. And most times women don't understand that your own stepping out go worse passing your own,
Yeah.
you understand? Because he can have a different family out there and sponsor them and do whatnot. But you, once you carry, you're bringing it home just the way she did.
Yeah, you're
But
bringing
in the
it
case
to
of, I want
him.
to pay him back, they do this. And some people would tell you, okay, like I remember university days, I had someone, they were just randomly talking, and she made a saying that she wants to marry. So, and our friend was asking her, why you want to marry him? Why you want to marry? And she was like, come on now, him get money, he makes sense and everything, but I'm not gonna leave my boyfriend. That's what she was saying, that she's going to marry that guy because he's wealthy, he's more presentable, her family will accept him faster than her jobless boyfriend that was still struggling through school. But she said the man is not good in the other room. So she's going to keep him to keep servicing, I mean the boyfriend, to keep servicing her engine, but she's getting married to the wealthy guy, the guy that was better off. So tell me, in this case, what do you do? The man doesn't know that he's not satisfying her. In his mind, he's doing all his job, coming out sweating, feeling proud of himself. But to her, he didn't even near the G spot. And now she has someone else servicing her engine. So if she gets pregnant, and even if she knows, she will never accept it, right? She will never accept that, oh, I'm just going to give it to that man. And I think that's what this woman did. She knows that she's married. Her husband will not question. And that's what she did.
Some people get hurt too. You see, people have different motives for getting into marriages. Different motives. It could be because of material things. And I tell you, for a woman to be getting into marriage just because of what you stand to benefit, material things you stand to benefit, it's very unfortunate that marriage, the foundation is already very, very shaky. Because if anything should happen to that man and he stop providing, the woman is gone. So that is just it. Having that kind of wrong notion of reasons, or rather reasons for getting into marriage. How can you know fully well that you're not going to be happy in that marriage, especially intimately, but you want to move into the marriage, go on, carry it to the fullest length because of what you stand to benefit financially? That is the wrongest way of getting into marriage. Has she ever thought about what, if anything, if that man's business collapsed tomorrow, what will become of her? Did that ever cross her mind? It's unfortunate
Well,
that,
maybe by then the boyfriend might have started making some coin now, so she would just switch
and
because
the boyfriend will
you
never
know,
trust her. That's the
yeah.
irony of it. The boy will never marry her. Because if you can do this to another man, you can also do it to me with another man. That's the problem, women. We have this, some women have this kind of shallow trust and believe that, yeah, the same man you're sacrificing your happiness for will turn against you the moment he makes money. He will say, no, I can't marry you because you were cheating on your husband with me. What makes it different for me? You're still going to do the same thing to me with another man. That's just the truth out of it. And even the friends will not even allow, will say, oh boy, now that one you won't marry, I go cheat on you. Now I know how you've been doing it with her behind her husband. So there are possibilities that thing you're gunning for might end up boomeranging at the end of the day. So I don't even know. Let me read some comment, then we'll continue. Sister Juju's talk show said, two wrongs can never make it right, and that is a fact. Another lady married a wealthy man and kept her handsome boyfriend to make babies with him. Oh my goodness. You see, I don't
This
even know what
is what we're saying.
I don't know what the world is turning into. My gender, your microphone is here. Oh, my gender, stop failing me. Stop failing women, because you're putting all of us into that position that people look at us as if we are wicked, we are this, we are. Stop failing us. If you're into it, stop from today. Face your husband. If there are things he needs to do, let him work on them. If he's not working out, move out. Let's know you're not into the marriage than being in the marriage and be cheating on your husband. When men cheat, we will scream, 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 scream. Look at it, women disgracing themselves up and down. I do have a Uju Talk show here. Welcome, welcome, Uju. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, host. It's been long. It's been very long.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, Octavia. I'm sleepy even, but this this topic just got me so mad.
Did you
Let me
see the
say,
story? Did you watch the video, Uju?
no, what video? I
It's
haven't
on
seen it.
Insta blog.
I don't even know this Insta blog. Is it Insta
Be
blog or
checking Insta. It's run by a woman. It's a
really?
lady that has Insta blog.
Oh, Insta blog. Okay, I'll
Mm.
check her out. I don't know, but uh, I tell you, yeah, when it's just an advice. When you want to get married, just make sure that you're ready for it. You cannot put one leg inside marriage and one leg out. It doesn't work. When some people, when they are single, the kind of life they lived, testing every man, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But
Mm-hmm.
once you decide to get married, chiba poge. My people will say chibo pono no.
Yes.
you know just face your marriage. Yes, I said, last year I think I shared that story. It was on Instagram. I can't remember, maybe it was Linda Ikeji that carried it. This woman married this man, a wealthy man, but to her the man is not good looking enough. So what she did was she started having babies with her handsome boyfriend.
Hmm.
So when it was time to relocate, they had to do DNA test. The
Yeah.
man found out that the kids were not even his. How do you deal with that? Because to the lady, oh, he's not handsome enough, but he's a great father and a great provider. Are you kidding me?
Hmm.
How can you do something like that to somebody? And that boyfriend is not even ready to marry her because the boyfriend is married. But
You
just use
see?
the boyfriend to have cute babies. How do you do that?
Hmm.
What People don't have conscience. People don't have conscience. This is wrong. This is wrong in every level. I know that some men cheat, but that doesn't mean you should cheat. Two wrongs can never make it right.
Absolutely.
You know? So I don't know what it is. Let me tell you, this is just the ones that are out there. Many women, some women,
Mhm.
they do away match. And growing up, you see you see some siblings, they all look different. You're wondering what is going on here. But in your mind, you say, oh, they don't look alike. And they'll say, oh, maybe this one looks like the great grandfather. I say, we yeah, yeah. But now that we have DNA, remember those days, no DNA.
Yes.
Things are coming out. Things are coming out, and I don't know. I'm just tired. I don't know how people can do that. And with this social media thing,
This thing that we Igbos say a lot. We want to continue our bloodline. That's why a man that maybe the wife gave birth to girls who want to go and marry another wife to have a son, continue bloodline, and most of them I end up bringing children that are not even of the same bloodline with the man. So
exactly.
the issue of this bloodline thing, people should stop it. Yesterday, Daddy Freeze was in live stream talking about a Nigerian celebrity
Uh-huh.
that just realized through a DNA test that the child is not his.
Oh.
And people were asked, who is the person? Mention name. He refused to mention name.
Mhm.
So I was expecting that story to be on Gist Lover. Gist Lover has been pulled down by Facebook. So Gist Lover is not up. They are trying to get back on the new channel that he left on Instagram. So
Wow.
Daddy Freeze wasn't confident enough to call out the person's name. And then he was requesting that they should make it mandatory for people to do a DNA test the moment a child is born.
Yeah, I
And I
think
had
so.
a K. K lives in the US. K was like, if you hear the stories that men talk about, you know that they should start implementing such rules, mandatory DNA tests for medical purposes.
Very important.
And that's what led to the story today. The man's daughter, 17-year-old, was critically ill in the hospital. They needed blood.
What?
The father was like, oh yeah, take from me, take from me. They ran the
Ah.
blood. They were not matched. The man was very inquisitive. How, doctor? Why? Start questioning the whole thing. And I said, okay, doctor, can you do a DNA?
Mm-hmm.
If it happens that that child, the sick child, was not his,
Oh,
So he got so worried. The doctor now said, okay, just calm down, let your child recover. We don't want anything that will bring some confusion and make the situation worse than it
mhm.
already is. So the guy went ahead to do four more DNAs on all the children, only for him to realize that the four girls, grown kids, none belongs to him biologically. There
Wow.
is only the small one that is about, is it 7 months or 7 years? I can't even remember what they said in the video. That is his, and that's the son. The rest were four girls and his son.
Oh my God. Why would this is bad, man.
Honestly.
Yeah, for him
But
to go for a DNA, that is, yeah, yeah. Well, because when it comes to blood type is different from genotype. It
yeah.
is if it is the genotype, okay, we'll start raising eyebrows. But blood type, people can have different blood types, even from even if they are your children or siblings, or
Hmm.
because it has to do with type, blood type, which is like O positive, O negative, A, B, A, and all that. So for him to you know go for the DNA, wow, I think it's just God that led him to do that. And
Honestly, I don't know why he was very inquisitive, according to this the lady telling the story, and I said I couldn't just believe it myself. I've heard about a case of a man that went to Nigeria, married the wife, and then before the man could realize what the wife said in Nigeria, I'm pregnant. So he said, "Oh, that's fine." So they tried to work on the fiance's visa and all of
Mhm,
that. Eventually, she had the baby in Nigeria,
mhm.
which the man provided for. On trying to file papers like the DNA, embassy DNA, the child did not belong to the girl. And so the man, I'm sorry, the child was not the man's child. Do you know the man still brought the woman to the US? Says, okay, people make mistake. Maybe it was from her ex and all of that. And still
Wow.
people were like, why did you make that mistake? Why? Why did you bring her? Guess where they are now? They are divorced.
Oh my goodness.
So 14 or 15 years down the line, that marriage, that
Wow.
scepter could not hold.
But think about it. Trust. They will have trust issue.
Yeah.
And this is this reminds me of another story. This man had a very beautiful wife, oh, nice, good, had a good wife in the UK. And decided, oh, how they normally say, I need to work in the stay in the city, where you stay in the the not so the rural part of the UK, whatever, outskirts,
Hmm.
so that I can go to work, make money, and all that. At least things will be cheaper where you are. You won't be spending that much and all that. The lady didn't understand it. Why can't we all stay together? The man refused. You know, Years down the road, the man just told her, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I want to marry another woman from Nigeria.
Wow.
Exactly. So because I think the man's mother was pressurizing him to do that. So this man decided to marry a young girl from Nigeria. Went down, went back, paid her bride price, did traditional wedding and whatnot, and goes back maybe yearly to see her. Guess what? The lady had, I think, 3 children or 4 children for him. He was very happy. Guess
Hmm.
what? When it was time to file the papers and bring her over, DNA test done. 99.9%, you are not the father for the
You
first
see?
one. 99.9%, you are not the father for the second one. For all of them,
Wow.
the man was broken. He couldn't believe
Hmm.
it. I laughed in my heart.
It serves him right.
I'm like, hey. And this lady was broken, oh, because I think she was in her late 40s. And she was, how people, she got so depressed, nobody would ever want me and all that. She decided to
Hmm.
go back home, to go to Nigeria, to visit and all that. And our friend said, let's go out now. You shouldn't be just wallowing in pity and all that. My dear, she went out though. She said she sat down. I think I heard this story from Obodoyibo TV. She was just enjoying her drink and talking with her friend. And one man was there eyeing her. She's like, sure, why is this man looking at me? Ah, ah, ah. She just balanced very well. You know, this man was eyeing her. And then the man mustered courage and came to her. Ah, you're so beautiful. The lady said she looked at herself, more beautiful. You know how
Mm,
somebody will deal with you. You be in an abusive relationship where
mm-hmm.
somebody keeps telling you you're nothing and makes you feel as if you're nothing. That's why I tell women, no, you need to you need to take care of yourself. No man should determine the way you live your life. No man should be your happiness.
Bam.
Find joy within.
Mm, mm.
This man, no, that is how he started. Though. Told her that he's not there for, friendship. Wanted to marry her. Come to find out, this man is a very hardworking, wealthy man. Very young, very good looking. My
Wow.
dear, this lady is now married though, to this guy. She said she has never experienced joy,
Oh,
peace, and happiness like God, like she's experiencing now. She said God gave her another chance
mm,
of love. Guess what? Though? When that first husband saw now, so how when you are in love, when you're treated right, it radiates. People will see.
definitely.
Saw her some of our pictures on Facebook. He now came under her DM. I miss you. I miss you. I said, miss you,
What?
miss you, Mawagi. I said,
This again.
I,
Don't miss me, oh.
I am so sorry for what I did. You are a good woman. And say, when we were married, now you realize she was good to you. When you were running, that young lady was shaking your head. And that is what is
Mm-hmm.
happening now a lot. I don't know what it is. I won't call it midlife crisis. Some men, when they get to an age, they want young blood. They feel that that lady, the woman they've spent this whole life with. And you see people after 20 years of marriage, 25 years of marriage, they're getting divorced. And they're looking for younger blood. I don't know what is happening. I am seeing it. It's happening a lot and I don't know what's the cause of it. So this man came, this lady said, I have nothing to do with it. I said, we all said, block him, block him. So,
Wow.
so my
Things
dear,
happen, oh.
I don't want to keep you a beg. Now that I have time today, yes,
Things
let's run
happen,
on.
honestly. Things
Yeah,
happen. When you think you've had it all, you're just beginning. I
exactly.
heard this story today. It reminded me that we talked about this kind of things last year, and it's still happening again. It will still happen tomorrow. And then you now come and start to think about it in this. Why still married if you know you're not happy? Why go sleep with another man and come back to your matrimonial home? Why?
My
Then
dear, I don't
again,
know.
this woman has four
I
girls
don't
that
know.
belong to another person, not her husband. And they're already 17, 15, 13, and 11. So they are all grown, kind of. What kind of motherly advice will she be giving her kids, especially in this world we live in? What kind of motherly advice? Would those
Terrible.
children ever trust their mother?
There is no trust, and she has put them in Obara. She has
I'm
put
telling
them in a
you,
mess because now they'll start looking for their father. Who is my father? And we don't. Nobody knows whether it's the same man
that's
that
the
has
thing.
those children. Do you see? Just like
That's the
here,
thing.
what we're used to here. Some people have 5 kids from 5 different men.
Yeah,
That is a while to the kids. That
honestly.
is problem to the kids because I've watched and I've seen. So, oh, go and call your father. Oh, have you called your own father? I'm like, oh my God, 5 different kids. What? What is going on here? I'm
And
serious.
they don't even care.
They
But
don't
when
care.
you think about it, we that have culture, we have that cultural thing. If
Mm,
this man happened to be an Igbo man, definitely those children are his forever and ever
exactly.
because
Because
of the fact
he
that
paid the
bride price
price.
was paid.
Paid. Hmm.
You understand? So the thing is this: the children. I know the way I talk with my child, who is almost 13. She's gonna be 13 in a few months. I know how we talk, how we bond. They come in with different kinds of questions. They will tell you stories they're hearing from school, and you keep talking. Every day is a talk event for me. Every day I talk to my child every day. How would that woman, will you call your 17-year-old that is almost close to university and telling her when you get to school, just remember your body is for your husband? She can't say that now.
No, she
She
can't.
can't.
It's sad. It's really sad. Tell you
She
the
has
truth.
put herself in a place where she has lost her children if care is not taken. And especially they are girls. So there is no justification for you to come and tell me my body is for my husband, where you never kept your own body for daddy. Do you
You know
understand
what I
the
pray?
question?
You know what I pray? I pray that the man will accept the children, will not even make the children feel bad. You know, it's not their fault. The children have known him as their father for all these years. I think he should, don't allow the children to be affected in that area. There, if a father is not actually the sperm donor, do you understand? He's been a father figure to those children, so he should continue to be a father to them. you know so but yeah, that's what I will say, so that the children, these children will be, this will affect them more if the man decides, okay, I don't want anything to do with you and your mother and all that. No, the man should know that he's been a father figure to them. He's actually the father, the only father they know.
They
So he should,
know.
so he should continue that fatherly role to them, so that they won't no, it will mentally it will affect them. That's for sure. And this woman, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know how she's going to explain this to the children. But first of all, is repentant. What repentant?
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. There's nothing God forgives us. He's a merciful Father, but I don't know. It will take a lot for the man to forgive
To
her.
forgive, right?
It will take a lot for the man. Even if he forgives, he can never forget. But my plea to him is just to continue his fatherly role to the children. That's all. So that these kids, they are innocent in all this. So that's my 2 cents. Okay, I gotta go.
Thank
Gotta
you
go
so
right
much,
now.
man. Your
Gotta
mama licha.
go.
After your beautiful picture na short. Say hi, sis to Uju every time one day Zochiko and I'm age do get today.
We shot.
One
Just
shot if you are your jeans trouser na table. I got you there.
okay, every time there's a chicken, I can hear there's a chicken.
Every time. Otinye black screen. Otinye nka. Let us enjoy your beautiful face now.
My dear, that black skin and it take one no a method. I want to where may I suppose me. Days in a rush, in a menka. And I look at the time, share time for live stream. I'm still wearing my PJ. Mwanu, teme black screen.
Oh my God. I
One
totally
day,
understand. I
one day,
totally.
and that day, that show that I was dancing was a live stream that I finished. I
You
was
you
able
are
to.
you are a beautiful woman any day, anytime. I was like, I want that shot more than 4 times. I'll scroll down again.
Really?
Continue.
Oh, thank you. So that day, and I was, I like watching Nathaniel Bassi,
Yes,
Hallelujah
that was the
Challenge.
song you were dancing.
Yes. So I was like dancing second tape, boy, your belly. Hallelujah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching that shot. So, until now, I'm talking to you. I'm still wearing my PJ, and I'm supposed to have live stream. I live stream, I get met at Mbano because I said I have to cook jollof rice. One them out for bells. Well, missing light. Okay, my sister. Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
so
God
much. I really
bless you.
appreciate
God
your
bless you.
contribution.
You're welcome, dear.
God bless you,
All
real
right.
good.
Bye bye.
Thank you. All right, guys. So you guys you've been here with us for quite a while. Thank you guys for joining and all the contributions made today in today's live stream. I don't know how to thank you guys, but to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate your contributions. I thank you for your time because it's very precious. Time is of an essence to all of us. If I'm to start paying you guys, I can't pay with you for 1 hour. I can't pay her for even 30 minutes. I can't pay K. I can't pay K trending G's. I can't pay any of you. Zigores, I can't pay your bills, but you took out that time to spend the time with me here. Thank you guys immensely. Tina, I saw her. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you, Zberry, all of you that joined me today. And if you're meeting me for the first time, it's yours, beautiful Oyoyo. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on Oyoyo Ndaki's Kitchen, Oyoyo's World. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook on Oyoyo's World. I do live streams 3 times a week. And if I happen to find out another time, I'm going to squeeze another time in between. And I also have short form videos that you can enjoy, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes video. You can also enjoy. So feel free to scroll down on my channel and you're going to see some of my short form videos as well. All right. So today we talked about married women cheating while married. The title alone is very, 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 very upsetting if you can look at that. Married women cheating while married. Why do you have to cheat in a marriage? If you feel it's not working, I think the most honorable thing to do is to respect your body as a woman, respect your dignity if you have any left, and then walk out of that marriage so you can be single and have your dates if you want to date 20, yes, but not dating somebody while you are answering somebody's name under somebody's roof, or maybe the roof belongs to the two of you. If the marriage is not working, there is no point staying there. How do you sleep at night when you know fully well that the children your husband has assumed the role of fatherhood for the many years into marriage are not theirs, or not his, if I would say? How do you sleep, you woman? I brought my microphone for you guys today. This pink microphone is for my gender. My gender, my fellow women, stop embarrassing us. Stop making every one of us look evil because we are good people. We still have some decent women out there. No matter what, come rain, comes sunshine, their integrity, they value. Their what they value. I am an advocate of women. I tell all my ladies here every time I come here on my live stream, you woman, you are valued, you are worthy, you are beautiful. Love yourself deep down enough. Because when you have self-love, you'll be able to add self-worth to it. You'll be able to appreciate yourself and know your value. I was in a live stream shortly before I came on one of the reasons why I was late, about a woman who stood in front of her husband and ended her life while her husband filmed her doing so. Do you think that woman had any value for her life? Of course, no. Because if you value your life so well, you find out that not even your husband will push you to the edge of you buying yourself. Why do I come here every time I'm finishing my live stream? I tell fellow women, you are worthy. How much do you want? You woman listening to me, what is your worth? If we put you on a scale, how do you weigh yourself? What is your worth? You need to realize that the moment you start appreciating the fact that you're a human being, you're someone's child. If you don't value your parents, if they don't mean much to you, maybe because of one thing or the other in the course of growing up, you are still God's child. Put some, I don't know if I should start telling women to put some price on themselves to know how much they worth, because everything these days is all money based. How much is your worth, you woman? Because if you value yourself, you know that your body should be valued and respected. If you get into marriage, you should respect your body. Just like the way we nourish our skin when we take a bath, we try to use a lot of people go the extra mile buying all kinds of cosmetics to make them look good. That is just the physical appearance. How about the inward? How do you value yourself when nobody's there with you? What are the thoughts that you process in your mind as a woman? Why am I saying that? If you value yourself, if you know your worth, first of all, you will not let anybody deprive you of your peace and happiness. Never. That woman in Kenya, the DJ Brown's late wife, that tied herself in front of her husband while the man took the pleasure of filming the whole process until the woman died. Do you think that man had your time? No. If that woman had a little worth on herself and has some dignity left for herself, she would have reserved some percentage of joy and happiness for herself, knowing fully well that the day she came to this planet Earth, they did not give birth to her alongside with her husband. She came alone. And the joy she brought to the world when she was giving birth to was well celebrated by her father and her mother and the community at large. Why do you want to throw all of those away because of a man? That was why and reasons why I tell women here, you are worthy. If nobody has said that to you today, hear it from Oyoyo's word. And I'm not going to stop saying it until my fellow women realize the aura they carry as women. Having said that, when I mean you're worthy, you should love yourself enough, respect yourself and everything about you, your body, everything, your mind, your mental health, your everything should be respected as a woman. And until you realize you have a value, until you get to that point, that's when you'll be able to know that not every man that passes by has something to offer you. Not every man that say you look pretty, meanwhile. How can a woman take a vow that I dedicate my body to you, and then you have the guts to allow yourself to be, you give yourself out to another man. He fathered the first child. You went out, another child, another one, 4 children, and not your husband's children. 4 out of 5. What was going on in your mind when the phone was going on? Do you think it was just cruise catching, like we've heard a lot of Nigerians say they are catching cruise? Marriage is deeper than cruise catching. Marriage is not a boyfriend or girlfriend affair. How would that have happened? I tried to process it. Was it one man that gave birth to the 4 children or different men? I can't just bring my head to understand the whole thing. How could you? How are you going to live the rest of your life on earth explaining to your God-given gift, your children, how you made a mistake? It's no mistake because 1 can be counted as mistake, but 4 children, no sister, no lady, no woman, that is no longer mistake. You were enjoying the whole process, having fun, thinking that you would never be caught. How could you, woman? Thou woman, how could you? Now, the whole thing is in the open. Your children will get to know that the man they called father, that have been there for every birthday, every celebration, every hospital trip, every school play, school drama, STEM night, everything, the father had been there. That is not their father. How could you? And how would you now start the explanation? Sweetheart, and Jane, I did. It was a. What would you even tell your children? What? I don't know. I wish somebody would come and explain to me how she's going to walk it through with her children. That yes, so that what happened after we got married, and I realized that it was not. How? What are you going to tell the kids? What are you going to tell the children? And the man that you fooled, your husband, that sold his emotions, his time, financial, everything in between, raising those beautiful children that God placed in his arms, not knowing that they were not his. Every hospital trip, every labor process, woman, you need to find some time to do some reconciliation, first of all, with God. And if you get to do that, that will help you to factor how you're going to deal with the rest of your family. But what you did is very disgraceful. What you did is not something any woman will be proud of. Having said that, I pray that God will help the children to understand one or two things in this whole process. And I pray that the father will remain in the lives of these children. They did not commit any offense. It's not of their fault what their mother did. So anybody getting to watch this video tomorrow, I pray the man remains in the life of those children. Raise them like you've been raising them. You've been the father they know, the man they talk to, they run to. When they're quarreling with mommy, they will run to daddy. We know how kids behave. Continue to be that father to them, that father figure. Continue, do not let them down. Because if you let them down as well, that means the world had completely disappointed these children. Don't let them down. Let them still have faith in humanity. Let them still have trust in humanity. That will be my conclusion for the guy. And for anybody watching me today, please, 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 if you're in a marriage and it's not working, there is no point remaining there passing down children that do not belong to your husband as though they are his. If you're not enjoying it, take a walk. I can't stop saying it. Let them call me an advocate of divorce. I don't care. In scenarios like this, divorce is more honorable. All right, guys. Thank you guys immensely for joining me today in a beautiful discussion we had today. And to my amazing guests that graced the occasion for me, God bless you guys real good. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your immense contribution. I love the in-depth you guys threw out today in the conversation. I cannot have had a better day than this. Thank you guys, all of you that contributed today. I really appreciate all of you. And you woman that is watching me today, please, please, and please hear it from Oyoyo's word. You are worthy. You worth more than you know. And the moment you realize how cherished you are, how appreciated you are, how beautiful you are, then you start adding some price to yourself and knowing that even diamond cannot be quantified to who you are. No matter the price of diamond, you're priceless. And because you are the apple of God's eye, remember that. Do not buy yourself or end your life for the sake of another human being. The day they will put you down 6 feet down the earth, nobody goes with you. And for that reason, carry yourself with some form of dignity and then put a smile in your face, even when the world is telling you you don't look pretty. Tell the world they are the most beautiful thing God ever made. After all, he said he created man according to his own image. And if God is beautiful, I am the most beautiful thing God ever created. All right, I'm going to say, remember to be kind to yourself because kindness is a muscle and you should grab one. Love yourself enough to be able to show love to the world. And until I see you guys in my next live stream, which is coming on Saturday, keep at it loving yourself. Keep at what? Being kind to yourself so you can show kindness to the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do me well before you leave to click on that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook if you're yet to follow me, and also let's be friends. Catch up with me with your post notification bell. Once you turn them on, you'll be able to know when and the days I go live. Thank you guys immensely. All of you that came today. Tina, you're not late. It's okay, sweetheart. Thank you guys. God bless you guys real good. And catch me on another beautiful discussion on Saturday weekly roundup. Until I see you then, stay well, be well. Don't forget to watch my other videos. They are short, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're done. Please click and watch and see what the channel is all about. Thank you guys.